What's going on, guys? So today I want to shoot this video about 3 different ways that you can make multiple six figures with YouTube. YouTube has some unique advantages that lend it to being able to generate a lot of money, but in very specific ways. And what I'm going to do is in this video, I'm going to break down 3 really unique angles and industries that you can make a lot of money in, specifically with YouTube. And these ways to make money are more tailored to YouTube, even more so than they are Facebook. You can make money on Facebook in these industries, but you can make a lot more money with YouTube. And we'll go into the specific reasons as to why. So let's jump right into it. These are the 3 ways to make multiple six figures with YouTube in 2021. So what are the advantages of YouTube that make it so that these specific industries perform really well? Number 1 is more stable conversion cost. What does that mean? That means over time, with everything left the same, meaning you leave your creatives the same, you leave your targeting the same, once you get good conversion cost, they're a lot more stable on YouTube than they are on Facebook. They will maintain a stable, good conversion cost for longer on YouTube than they will on Facebook. Number 2, you don't have to worry about bans on YouTube. This is a massive one. On Facebook, as you scale different businesses and as you try to launch more creatives, the chances of you getting banned over time pretty much becomes 100%. You will, if you're scaling your business and launching new creatives, you will eventually get a ban. Now, does this ban completely shut you down? Is it just a temporary ad account ban? Kind of depends. On YouTube, to get banned, you have to break the rules. And as ridiculous as that sounds, to actually get banned on YouTube, you actually have to break the rules. And the rules are a lot less strict than Facebook. You can say a lot more things that you usually wouldn't be able to. Number 3, it's easier to scale. So on Facebook, if you've had any experience running ads, you'll know that a lot of the time, as you try to scale things, keeping them within KPI, it can prove to be very difficult. This is industry dependent, it depends on a lot of factors, but it can sometimes be very difficult to scale winning creatives, winning targetings on Facebook, whereas on YouTube, it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier. You can make much bigger budget jumps, and they are much more likely to hold and keep your low conversion cost, even at budget differences of thousands of dollars per day. So it is much easier to scale winning YouTube ads over Facebook ads. Number 4, creatives last way longer. The same creative ran on Facebook versus on YouTube is the difference between a creative that lasts for a couple weeks versus a creative that can last months. There are some creatives on YouTube that, if you're in the right industry, they can even last years. Literally years, which is crazy. You'd never see that on Facebook. Nothing on Facebook launched today is going to last for years and still perform. Number 5, most niches on YouTube are a blue ocean. What does this mean? On Facebook, if you throw a dart at a dartboard and you have a bunch of different niches on the dartboard and you choose a random niche, you are going to find a lot of other advertisers in that niche. On YouTube, not so. On YouTube, there are very few advertisers in most industries. Even in the very popular industries like Amazon drop shipping, Amazon courses, different things like that, make money online, stocks courses, even in those, you can still launch ads and be very successful. And those are the most crowded on YouTube. Right when you step outside of the most crowded areas on YouTube, it's completely untapped. Most of the ads that I've launched with my advertising history on YouTube, they have been the first ads ever launched in that niche, pretty much. Minus one other advertiser who got like 5,000 views and then shut the ads off because they had no idea what they were doing. Most things that you launch on YouTube that are going to be successful will probably be the first ads ever in that niche ran on YouTube. So it's a massive advantage, and you don't have to deal with the competition, which is also why some of the other benefits on this list exist. So opportunity number one, this is the first way to make multiple six figures a year with YouTube. The pay-per-lead marketing model is where you only work with lead buyers who can handle around 100 plus leads per week, and you sell them leads at a set cost. So you say, for example, I'm going to sell you life insurance leads for $25 a piece, and then you proceed to go out and generate those leads for $10. You pay YouTube $10. The buyer pays you $25. So on each lead, you make a profit of $15. So benefits of the pay-per-lead model. One client is pretty much a guaranteed six figures per year. Assuming your margins are good, one client landed in the pay-per-lead model is six figures per year. This has massive advantages over other standard agency models where you have to pay a lot to land a client. When you land a client, they don't necessarily retain, and your margins on any individual client, and on a good day, you're going to be making like 50% profit. So one client in the pay-per-lead model can easily make you six figures per year. Number two, after you run leads for a while, you can negotiate for even higher payouts and get the buyer to uncap their lead amount. So let's say initially the buyer says, okay, I'll buy 400 leads from you this month, which is 100 leads a week. After you prove yourself to them and they're getting the leads in, they're like, hey, these are quality leads. We're converting these on the back end. You can then negotiate for higher limits. So say like, hey, I want to be able to give you 800 leads per month, or they can uncap you and say generate unlimited leads. And on top of that, you can also say, I want to be paid out more per lead, which is something you can negotiate for specifically with YouTube. One of the advantages of YouTube is the lead quality tends to be higher than Facebook, and the leads tend to convert more on the back end. So it makes the negotiation of higher payouts per lead really easy. And all the negotiations here between you and the buyer tend to be really easy because they're advantageous both directions. Asking for higher caps is a really easy thing to ask for because they ultimately want to buy more leads so that they can make more money, unless if they're having scale issues on their side, which usually isn't a problem. Number three, there are tons of bulk lead buyers out there ready to buy in many different niches. So in every single niche out there that's like a lead gen niche, we're talking mortgage, life insurance, auto insurance, Medicare, personal injury, different attorney niches, medical malpractice. There are a ton of bulk lead buyers out there who are ready to do volume. They're already doing volume with other buyers from other sources. Maybe their other sellers are generating leads on Facebook, or they're generating leads through email or some manner in that way. Most of these guys do not have a YouTube lead buyer, and most of them want one. When you mention it on the call, when you're talking to them, a lot of these people are very enticed by the fact that your leads will be generated off of YouTube. And especially once they start seeing the higher quality, it's a really good selling point to continue doing business with you. Number four, if you do this on YouTube, you don't have to worry about bans when you scale. You also have essentially no competition. So one of the problems with the pay-per-lead niche on Facebook is in pay-per-lead, your ultimate goal is to be running at big budgets, thousands of dollars per day. On Facebook, to get to the point where you're running at several $1,000s per day, you're pretty much guaranteed to get one ban. They will ban you on your journey. On that upward journey in scaling ad spend, you're going to get banned on Facebook. That was one of the initial reasons why I moved over to YouTube, was the constant bans. And also, in your niche, whatever niche you move into, if you're generating leads through YouTube, it'll only be you most of the time. It'll be you, and if you move into one of the niches that I'm in, it'll be you and me most of the time. So there's really not a lot of competition on YouTube for different pay-per-lead niches. Now, there are some cautions that I have with the pay-per-lead model. You need to know how to properly optimize your campaigns. Because you're putting your own money on the table and generating these leads, if you go too many days in a row where you're generating lead costs that are higher than what the payout is, you can very easily go broke. You can blow through money like crazy in the pay-per-lead niche. So you really need to know how to optimize campaigns and keep them under whatever metric you're looking for and whatever you're getting paid out at. Number two, you need to have a robust and reliable scaling strategy. In pay-per-lead, and the main reason why you do pay-per-lead is so you can have these bulk transactions with buyers. If you don't have a really robust scaling strategy, and every time you try to scale, you ruin your KPI and you ruin your margins, then you're kind of screwed. So you need to have a really robust scaling strategy. Number three, you need to know how to film good new creatives regularly. If you don't know how to copyright good YouTube ads, if you don't know how to write good YouTube ads and film them regularly, then you're not really going to be able to scale this as massively as you could, which you might be fine with. You might be fine at running at lower scale. But me personally, if I'm doing pay-per-lead, I want to be operating at the highest level possible, in which case you'll need to know how to write and film good YouTube ads. So opportunity number two is Ecom affiliate, e-commerce affiliate. This is the only one on this list that I have not personally run, but I've helped several other people get into this industry and they've had success with it. So I did want to include it because it is very, very lucrative. So what is Ecom affiliate? Ecom is really big on YouTube. And there's a ton of room to scale, especially when you find winning creatives. You can easily scale to the multiple six-figure mark with good products and good creatives. But unless if you have cash on hand and you have a lot of products, all the standard things and standard issues that come along with running an e-commerce store. You need products, you need a way to distribute the products. Probably gonna need a warehouse eventually. If you want to avoid all of that, you can actually just run ecom products affiliate. You get paid out as an affiliate for running other people's ecom products. One of the best sites to do this on right now is GiddyUp. They have multiple products that are very good, and several of them are compatible with YouTube. So I highly recommend using them as an affiliate. They have some really big affiliate partners who are running ads on YouTube right now. So I can't recommend them enough. There are other networks as well. GiddyUp is not the only one. There are other networks to check out. But you need to make sure that you have products that are going to work on YouTube. And there's several different things you want to look for to see if an ecom product is going to work on YouTube. But this is one of the first networks I would check out going into ecom affiliate. So benefits of the ecom affiliate model. You don't need to supply the product if you use affiliate products. You don't need to you don't even need to drop ship. You just need to run traffic to their landers. Number two, there's massive room to scale once you find winners. Winning ecom products on YouTube can scale massively because there's no competition, but you need good creatives to do so. Number three, I've seen creatives in the ecom space last for years on YouTube. This is one of those niches where some good creatives can last forever because the products are so broad, because you have such a wide potential buying base of customers. It's really hard to fatigue audiences with good creative. So one good creative in this industry can last you a very long time. Number four, you don't have to worry about Facebook banning you for running affiliate. Facebook hates affiliate offers. If you run traffic to standard affiliate landers without doing any special stuff, your chances of getting banned are very high. On Google, there are some tricks you have to use to get around their censors. They don't necessarily love affiliate traffic either, but it's pretty easy to get around relative to Facebook. Number five, like I said earlier, most products have literally zero competition on YouTube. Most of the people running Giddy Up offers, if you run traffic to any other products, there is maybe at any given time one other advertiser running YouTube traffic to that product. So it's very, very open. So some cautions with the Ecom affiliate model. You need to know how to build Ecom ads that are compatible with YouTube. A lot of people that move into Ecom on YouTube try to do so using the same creatives that they see work on Facebook, and that doesn't necessarily work on YouTube. Most of the time, you're just going to blow through money and waste your own time, and then you're going to be like, hey, this stuff doesn't work, and you're going to jump out. And then somebody who maybe I trained or somebody else has trained on how to build good YouTube creatives will move in and take all the money in that space. Number two, if you don't know how to scale, you can get stuck at low spends. If you don't have a scaling strategy, once you have winning products, you can very frequently get stuck at low spends. And every time you try to move out of low spends, your margins decrease too much. Because a lot of times with affiliate offers, your margins aren't crazy good. Like you're not going to be making $100 affiliate commissions on most of these e-com products. Your margins just aren't that good. So if you don't have a scaling strategy that maintains your margins as you scale, then you're going to run into the issue of losing profitability as you scale up. Number three, you need to know how to select products that will perform on YouTube. Only some products priced at certain price points can even perform on YouTube. So even before you get to the point where you're like, hey, how do I film good creatives for these products to test? You need to have an eye for which type of products will perform on YouTube. Number four, you need to know how to run tests quickly so that you don't overspend when you're testing new products. One really important thing in the e-commerce space, really any space, but because you're an e-com affiliate, you have the advantage of being able to test multiple different offers. You want to be able to test quickly and be able to test at fairly low budgets. If you blow too much money on every single product you test, you may be able to recomp that money once you find a winning product, which is what a lot of people do. But you want to keep your margins good. You want to not lose too much money on the front end testing. Otherwise, it becomes really problematic as you're testing multiple products. You could really lose a decent chunk of money. So opportunity number three. This one I have a lot of experience in, selling high ticket coaching and info products. So right now, coaching in the info product space is booming on YouTube. Every client I bring on in the info space, it's really easy to scale to thousands of dollars a day spend. You can hit that point so quickly on YouTube. In reference to Facebook, whereas on Facebook, it can sometimes be hard. Scaling past 5K a day on Facebook can be very difficult. Just to scale past 5K a day on Facebook in ad spend, you need a rep to approve your account to spend more than that, which is ridiculous. Some accounts can get past that, but a lot of times you need a rep to get past that. On YouTube, you can slap 10K a day. Don't do that. Because unless if you have some really proven stuff, but you can slap 10K a day on ads and they will run, which is not true for Facebook. So it's really easy to scale YouTube to high spends and thus high profits, assuming you're doing everything right on YouTube. And also, you don't have to worry about your language as much. That's one of the problems with selling info products or new opportunity type products on Facebook is you really have to dance around what language you can use. You play this cat and mouse game with Facebook as to what they're allowing, and they're not always clear with what language and what terms they allow either. Whereas on YouTube, you can pretty much say anything within reason. Now, I'll take this as a moment to hopefully dispel any fake gurus from coming up in this space. That doesn't mean you should lie. You should use this as an opportunity to tell the truth about your product and service. A lot of the times, Facebook does not allow you to tell the truth about your product or service. If you make income claims that are true on Facebook, they don't care. They'll still ban you for them. On YouTube, you can actually tell the truth about what your product has helped you achieve, what results it's helped your students achieve. So use it as the opportunity to tell the truth about your product, to really be able to tell about the results you've been able to get your clients or students. So that's one of the massive advantages of this. So here's some benefits of the info coaching model. Super easy to scale once you find winning targetings. You need a method to be able to find targetings that work. I have a brief overview of different targeting methods on my channel that you can check out. But once you find winning targetings, you can scale them massively, especially if you're in the realm of running to audiences and topics. These have even more scale than, let's say, keyword targeting. So once you find some winning targetings that are broad, that are open, you can find some performing things very quickly. And a lot of these products, depending on what it is, depending on how narrow or B2B it is or how niche it is, you can eventually run completely open targeting on YouTube. And it's really good at being able to find winners even in open targeting. Number two, YouTube is really good in some narrow B2B spaces that are hard to target on Facebook. So some of the targeting options that are available on YouTube lend you to being able to target some really narrow B2B stuff that isn't necessarily as easy on Facebook. And there tends to be in the times that you can target these narrow B2B spaces on YouTube, I have found that you can achieve more scale on YouTube than you can with Facebook and some of these narrow niches. Number three, you can basically say whatever you want in the ads. I mentioned this in the last slide. You can basically say whatever you want. As long as it's within reason. Obviously, read the Google guidelines. Don't tell lies. Don't spread false information. But you can talk about student results. You can make income claims, all that. No problem. You'll never get banned. It's really easy to write good ads on YouTube because of that, because you can actually talk about your freaking product, unlike Facebook. 4, webinars still crush on YouTube. Now, there's some person who just got massively triggered and they're like, but I'm running webinars really successfully on Facebook. Yes, but they are for sure less successful on Facebook now compared to several years ago. Whereas on YouTube, there are still a ton of people running webinars to $9.97 info courses, $5.97 info courses. It's a lot easier to create successful webinars on YouTube than it is on Facebook, in my experience. Not to say that webinars on Facebook don't work, but the webinar space on YouTube right now is really on fire. I've seen a lot of people scale webinars on YouTube recently, less so than I have seen on Facebook. And just to show you guys what you can expect, especially if you're running a call booking funnel, this is one of my clients, Joel Kaplan, and I'm going to skip forward in this video. He's talking about a bunch of different stuff in here, but this is an example of how many calls you can book per day running YouTube traffic. So this is, it's Slack. It's a screen share from Slack where they get to see all of the people booking calls with their sales team come in.
All right. Hopefully you guys can see it, but all those leads, I'm still going. That's just from today. All those, just from today. You want to do yesterday and today? Let's do it. All right, this is yesterday and today. That's all.
So that's what you can expect once you have a call booking funnel at scale on YouTube. Joel's course is a high ticket product, so it can't really be sold through like a webinar to a sales page. It's better to get the people on the phone. So if you're in the coaching space or the high ticket space, you can do a lot with YouTube.
Got it.
So here's some cautions of the info coaching model. You need to know how to set up targeting for info products or you waste a ton of money. Setting up targeting for info products is one of the more advanced aspects of YouTube. So you really need to have a good strategy to set up a lot of different targetings up front to test different things when you move on to YouTube. Number two, if you're selling high ticket, you'll need to have a robust sales team to take the calls. If you're running to a call booking funnel, and you already know this if you're running on Facebook. But if you're new to this space and you're wanting to sell high ticket, you need to make sure you have a good sales team so that once you get these calls booked through YouTube, you can actually convert the traffic. Otherwise, it's all just a waste. Number three, because there's more competition in the space, you would need to have really high level creatives. Your creatives need to be like very good. If you show up with a creative with crappy audio, crappy lighting, and it looks like you're in a basement in Russia during the Cold War, then you're going to find yourself at a disadvantage because the other people in this space are other internet marketers a lot of the time. So their ads tend to be very high quality. So your ads need to be high quality. Otherwise, by not having high quality ads, you instantly become less than the competition, which is not something that you want to do in a competitive space like this. So you need to be able to have very, very high level creatives. And that doesn't mean you need to spend a lot of money on it. I have very high quality creatives I spend about $100 on. So you just need to know how to produce them at a cheap cost. So guys, that's the end. Those three opportunities, if any of you right now go into one of these spaces and start taking massive action, you can find success with these on YouTube. These are things that, like in masterminds, I'll tell people about. Like I'll whisper in somebody's ear, like, hey, bro, you need to go into Ecom affiliate right now. I just put those in these videos, in this video for you guys to reference. These are legitimate spaces that if you learn how to run good YouTube ads, you can go in these and make a lot of money. If you want to learn more about how to run YouTube ads, if you want to ask me questions directly, I have a link beneath this video to my private Facebook group where I go live and answer your questions, and also I respond to any post made in there. If you want direct one-on-one coaching for how to run YouTube ads for your business and scale your business, or if you want to move in any spaces like this and start a new business running YouTube ads, I have a coaching program. There's a link to schedule a call directly with me, not a salesperson, directly with me below. We'll get on, we'll talk, and see if it's something that you would be interested in. That's it for this video, guys. If you want to check out more videos, they're over there. I have several more videos on my channel. Some of them are very detailed and very technical, and you can learn a lot from them. But that's it for today, guys. I'll see you later.